Hello, in this video we're going to share some tips on how to assemble this nightstand. But before we get started, here's a few things to keep in mind. Make sure you have a Phillips head screwdriver and optionally a flathead screwdriver, and just make sure all the pieces are facing the right way as you're putting it together. And you'll do great, so let's get into it. Just a quick disclaimer, these tips don't cover every step, so make sure you follow the instructions and complete all the steps in order. In step 3, we're going to take apart the rail. And for this we just need to extend it, and then there's a little lever in here that we need to push, and then we should be able to pull this small section right out, just like that. Now we can set that aside. So that's step 3, and then in step 4 we're just going to attach the bigger part of the rail to piece 3. And for this we really just want to make sure that when the rail is completely collapsed, that the end sits flush against the edge of the piece here. And then to get the screws in, we just have to extend the piece, and then we can line up this hole right here. We're going to be using this hole and this hole to attach it to this piece. So just line up with the first hole, and we can take our screw and attach it like this. And then you should be able to see the second hole down through the rail. We can go ahead and attach it the other screw. And then again, you should be able to collapse the rail, and it should rest flush like this. And then we can do the same thing with the other rail in step 5, and we can move on. On steps 10 and 11, when we're attaching the feet, just make sure to not tighten the bolts all the way until all of them are in. And then once they're all in, you can tighten them completely. And then we can move on. On step 14, when we're assembling the drawer, just make sure on these pieces here that you have all of these grooves lined up throughout this piece. And we're good to move on to the rest of the drawer. And we'll go ahead and do that real quick here. We'll just take this piece here and slide it in, just like that. And then we can take this piece here. We can go ahead and put it in like this. And the cam lock should be up here, because that will lock in to the drawer face like this. And then we can go around and tighten all the cam locks. Don't forget this one on the bottom. And then also there's this screw that goes in on the bottom. Okay, and then once the drawer is all assembled, we can go ahead and put on the stickers. I'm not going to do that right now, just for the sake of the video. And then we're going to go ahead and attach these rails now. Just want to make sure that the end of the rail with the little tab sticking out is up against the face of the drawer. And then that should line up with the 2 holes that you need. We can grab our screws here and attach these. And then we'll go ahead and flip it over and do the other rail, again with the little tab sticking up that goes against the face of the drawer. And then you also want to make sure that the rails are parallel with the drawer. That way the drawer slides smoothly on the rails. Okay, those rails are on, and now we can just move on to putting them into the piece. And for this, you'll just line up the drawer with the rails. Okay, and then we should be able to just push the drawer in completely. And the rails should lock in and latch in. And we're done. We hope this video was helpful for you in assembling your new nightstand. For more tips, tricks, and guides, go to walkeredison.com.